2.5 section number 9 looks like this. And P of x is this, and so we have this is in, so just for clarification, if we have x squared plus 2, x squared, inside is the x. If we have tangent x, that's the inside. If we have e to the x, this is the inside of the function, e to the something. Or 2 to the x, that's the inside. This is the inside. Or we got the, if we have a power, that's the inside. So here we have the inside. So the derivative of u to the x, u of x, well, they don't tell us what u of x. If they would have told us, they say u is just u prime. So the derivative of u of x is u prime of x times the derivative of the bigger picture, which is e to something, and it's going to be e to the same something. That'll be p prime of x. Q prime of x. So we have a product going on here. No, we have u of e to the x. So this is inside u of x. So the derivative of the inside is e to the x. Looks like a product, but it's not. You have to know that u is a function of this. So the derivative of the inside is e to the x times the derivative of the big picture, u prime of e to the x. So we have a cotangent. This is the inside. So if we're doing r prime of x, the derivative of the inside is going to be u prime of x times the derivative of the bigger picture, cotangent. The derivative of cotangent is negative cosecant squared of the inside. S of x. So S prime of x will be, let's see, we've got u of, this is inside the u function, so that derivative of the inside is going to be negative cosecant squared of what that was of times the bigger picture u of u prime of what was inside it. We have u with x to the fourth inside it. So a prime of x, derivative of the inside is 4x to the third times the derivative of the bigger picture, u prime of x to the fourth. And finally, this is interesting. This is like sine squared of x. If the u was sine of x, only this would be to the fourth. But when you type it in the calculator, you have to put it like this. So this is like u of x, whole thing to the fourth power. So to find b prime of x, it's going to be, the inside in here is going to be u prime of x, whatever that is, its derivative, times, now we got the power rule going here, 4 times what's in it to 1 less. That's number 9. Number 10. So let's see if I can get this here so it's all showing. Looks good. Okay. So now, this is P. We've seen this graph before, and this is Q. And they're piecewise linear, whatever. And we're supposed to find C prime of 0. Well, let's just find C prime first. And Q is inside P, so we'll take the derivative of Q. going to be q prime of x times the bigger picture, p prime with q of x inside it. So if we're going to do this at 0, we're going to have q prime of 0 times p prime of q of 0. So let's be real careful on that. So q prime, so this is the slope of the q graph at 0. Well, that's 0 times the slope of the p graph at q of 0. Q of 0 is 2. Q of 0 is the height. So that's 2. We want to find p prime at 2. At 2, the slope of p is 2, which it comes out to be 0. All right. Now, if we're going to do it at 3, it's going to be q prime of 3 times p prime of q of 3. So q prime of 3. So I go to 3, 5 q slope. That's negative 1 times the slope of p at q of 3. What is q of 3? Q of 3 is 0. So I can find the slope of p at 0. So p slope at 0 is 1/2. Find a value for c prime that does not exist. Explain your thinking. Well, I'm going to find all of them. First of all, you have to take, for c, you have to be able to take the derivative of q, and that will exclude -1 and 1, and I'm explaining it out loud. And then I have to take p prime of q values. Well, p prime is not differentiable at -1 or 1. So if q ever gives me -1 or 1, I can't use it. Well, q is -1 at -2, so I can't do -2. Q is 1 at -1 1/3. So I can't use it because q of -1 1/3 would be 1, and I can't take p prime of 1. And I can't do it again when q is 2, because at 2 for q, because 2 for q gives me 1, and p prime of 1 is a cusp, can't do it. So all of those end up causing you to be at a cusp either on the inside, derivative of the inside, or the derivative of the bigger picture. And finally, let y be q of x. Z be this. Find both of these, so find y prime at -2. So q of x. So the derivative of the inside is q prime of x is q prime of x times the derivative of the bigger picture, which is q prime of q of x. And let's just get z while we're at these. So z prime of x will be the derivative of the inside times the bigger picture, q prime with p of x in it. So we're supposed to do this one at -2. So q prime, move this up a little bit so you can see it. Q prime at minus 2. At minus 2, the slope of Q is plus 3. It's plus 3 times, now we got to find Q of minus 2. At minus 2, Q is minus 1. And we got to find now the slope of Q at minus 1. So if we go to minus 1, Q is a cusp, so this does not exist. So this whole thing does not exist. Now let's do this one. P prime of 0. P prime of 0, the slope of P at 0 is 1/2. Now we've got to find P of 0. That's minus 1/2. So we've got to find the slope of Q at minus 1/2. At minus 1/2, the slope of Q is 0. So we get 0 for that answer.